but I didn't know. So I hired somebody that knew,
Mhm.
so I hired a graphics designer, logo designer, but I didn't realize that each platform has its own rules and its own algorithm,
Yeah.
that a lot of people are fighting against the algorithm instead of running with it. They'll try to post the same one thing on 10 different platforms and
Yeah.
realizing they're not getting any reach at all because they're fighting against the algorithm. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, so there's what you said is true. However, I'd add one nuance to it. The biggest issue that people have is not that they're fighting the algorithm, it's that their content is not even there to begin with, right? If you're not even there on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn and whatnot, it doesn't even matter. You can't even lose because you're not even there, right? Or you can't win because, whatever. So the important thing first is just to make sure the content is even there. And so we call that repurposing. So you make that 1-minute video and fine. Even if you don't edit it, you post it to LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and whatever it is, at least it's there. And with things like Google, there's not, for anybody who's a professional SEO in the audience, you might want to argue about duplicate content penalties and things like that. But I'm telling you, just get the content out there. And then once you have an audience, once you have lots of people, once you have, a lot of subscribers and you have 300 plus episodes, like you said, then worry about fine tuning, right? Which is, yes, there are some differences. And like Twitter, for example, news is good for maybe 15 minutes to an hour, right? Facebook, stuff lasts 8 hours to a day. YouTube, forever. LinkedIn, maybe 3 days or 4 days, right? Because there's just a different time frequency for each network. And also on LinkedIn, engagement is worth more than the other networks.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to comments, for some reason on comments, because it drives more notifications. On Facebook, shares are worth way, way more. Facebook really likes shares. A share is worth 13 times as much as a like and worth twice as much as a comment. On TikTok, it's about video views and dwell time, because TikTok's algorithm looks at how long people spend on the video, especially if they replay the same thing multiple times, and they use that to determine what else to share to people. So it's that behavior, as opposed to Facebook, for example, which looks at what your friends are doing, and they're trying to show you things related to what friends are doing instead of what is most popular overall on the internet. So there are differences in these channels. Yeah, YouTube, you want longer form content, even though YouTube has YouTube Shorts. So 1-minute videos that we do on Facebook actually will work on Twitter, or work on YouTube now, on YouTube Shorts. But the main thing is just get it out there, even if it's duplicating the content everywhere. And then once you're making money, once you have, 10,000 visits